Welcome to the Radiate Wellness Podcast. I'm your host, Christy Clemens Hoffman. Each week we will discuss tools, tips, and ways to radiate your best life ever, interviewing practitioners, authors, and luminaries to help you on your path. Wellness, joy, peace, abundance. What do you want to radiate? Hello, and welcome to the Radiate Wellness Podcast. Today we radiate gratitude with Yoichi Utebi, a Japanese filmmaker and the producer and director of the new film, The Real Exorcist, which has been showing in Japan since May to wonderful crowds. #1 film for 5 weeks in a row, 5 consecutive weeks. That's huge. Welcome, Yoichi. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, thank you for having me on this show. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. I have to say you're the first filmmaker that I've interviewed so far.
Oh, okay. I'm a producer, but not the director, but just so you know, okay.
I'm so sorry about that.
No, it's okay, yes.
So The Real Exorcist, I was trying to get a handle on what this film is because it covers so many different things.
Right.
Can you give us a synopsis? Give us an overview.
Okay, so this movie is, there's a main girl. Her name is Sayuri. She looks like a very just ordinary girl, which is her in the poster here.
Beautiful.
So she works in a cafe as a waitress. Cafe Extra, that's the name of the cafe. She works as a waitress, but she has this little secret where she's a clairvoyant and she has supernatural power, so she can see the people's mind, what they're thinking. She can read the past. She can also see the ghosts and spirits. And she also has this super ritual power to expel these evil spirits and ghosts out of the person. So what she does is she has a little sign says, "Free consultation here." So when customer walks by or they walk into the cafe, they see this little sign, "Free consultation." And if they have something in their mind, they'll just start talking to this beautiful, young, innocent girl. And that's how the story unfolds from one single cafe. And there's about few stories, short stories putting together in this one movie. One is about a suicide. There's another topic about miscarriage. And also there's discussion about a topic about wandering spirits or the poltergeist, and also the battle between the evil and the good. So the stories are combined together while the story is like unfold based on the cafe talk.
Right,
so
right.
That's a basic structure of how this movie flows. So it's entertainment. It's fun to watch. We have voiceover, a dub version as well as subtitle, and it's a little bit of spice of horror, but it's not a horror, even though it's called The Exorcist. It's the Real Exorcist. So it's more like a supernatural, like entertainment thriller type of movie. And it's quite educational, actually. You can learn a lot of things from this movie.
Really? Such as?
Oh, so what happens after you die when you commit suicide? Or, what's the truth behind miscarriage? Where does the baby come from? Where the baby go back to when that happens? Or when you see the things move around your house or hear things. I'm sure a lot of people experience it, but can't figure things out. There's a reason behind the scene why these things happen. So there's a little tips and hints, in everyday life as well. So we try to make it very fun and entertainment, as well as for the people who actually have this kind of ability or having, have ability to see the spirits and ghosts. I'm sure you heard about those people. There's a lot of people like that. And we're trying to, give some guidance for those people, as well as the ones just like us, that like me, normal people who can see the ghosts, but yet we have been affected, strong influence on our everyday life. So it's not just about the people who have the special ability, but it's for everybody. So we are affected on a daily basis, actually.
So the title, The Real Exorcist. Of course, an exorcist is someone who can get rid of demons, who can cleanse us of possessions. So what is the title? What does that refer to?
Okay, so we wanted to differentiate between the like exorcist or the horror movie to this movie. So we put the title called The Real Exorcist. So usually the regular horror movies, their intention is to makes people scary, like a roller coaster effect. So they'll relieve the stress through excitement of being horror, scary. But this movie is not like that at all. There's no blood shedding. Nothing comes out from the mouth. The green stuff, head doesn't spin around. It's just a very basic spiritual movie. So we want to differentiate that. And another big reason why it's called Real Exorcist is because the original story writer, his name is Ryuho Okawa. Okay, his name is Ryuho Okawa. He's the founder of the big, huge spiritual movement called Happy Science in Japan. And it's one of the biggest spiritual activities in Japan today. And it's based on his experience, so his incidents. So what it didn't really actually happen. It's not like based on true story, but it's based on true fact. That all the experiences and the knowledges that he has, he's kind of put together into this movie to share with the world. So that's why it's kind of real exorcist.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this stuff is, I'm a professional medium and work in the spiritual world. It's more real than real.
Of course. For some people like you, it's more than real, yeah? Right? Yeah.
Real.
But for some people, it's not. So we have to be very balance things out. That's why the movies are great. It's for everybody to watch.
It is. Well, and you address some of these themes with entertainment. I mean,
that's right.
It's an entertaining movie.
It is. It's fun to watch, yes.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Action, there's supernatural, there's thriller, there's real human drama.
Yes.
There are beautiful, engaging characters. I mean, this is everything that you would want in a, quote, Hollywood movie.
Right.
Right,
yeah.
Oh, so what was the impetus? What was the deciding factor to make this movie? Why did you want to bring it into the world?
So, we've been creating movies for the past 18 years. So this is our 18th or 19th movie. Usually we do a lot of animes. We used to do a lot of animation movies, and it didn't really come out of Japan. It was just in Japan. We used to create a movie and release it in Japan theatrically. But we thought, it's important for us to bring the message out to the world as well, not just Japan. So that's why I'm here in LA, and I'm here today. The reason is to become the window of getting out all these great messages to the world. And so this is one of the movie. So we have different types of movies. Animation, and the last movie we did was about. It's called Immoral Hero. We also released that in the US. It's a little bit different category. So we have different sections and categories to show the world, maybe if there is a truth behind these things. Right? Try to bring out the message out. So
absolutely. I mean, that's really how I think that we learn best and understand topics best is through storytelling.
Yes, storytelling is the best way to do it, I think. Music is also great, but storytelling has more depth to it. So
it does.
I mean, of course, if people love to read, reading is probably the best way, but sometimes the reading has a higher hurdle. People don't like to read sometimes. They just want to watch it and experience it. So movies are a great way of telling a message.
And this film is just so visually stunning. It's got high tech, it's got effects, it's got beautiful lighting, beautiful sets, beautiful scenes. I mean, it's just, for want of a better term, it's eye candy. It's a fun movie.
It's a high quality, quality is very high. It's a very high quality movie, I think. It's very professionally made. I mean, it's in theatrical, so of course it is, but
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Mhm.
And it's won awards.
Yes, few awards around the world. Yes.
That's exciting. So
Mhm.
what all has it won so far?
What's that?
What awards has it won so far?
Oh, so we won about, I think we won like 40 or something around the world. Monaco International, we won the best award for that. And Houston and there's few others, US award as well as around the world. From
Right.
Africa to England to, I'm sorry, I don't have it in my list here, but
Well, I've got some press information here. Won over 30 awards, including Best Feature Film and Best Supporting Actress at the EKO Film Festival.
EKO is right, yes.
Yes. And, being an award-winning film producer and filmmaker, with the crew and everything, it's really quite an accomplishment, especially during the time of COVID.
Yeah. Like nobody expected this to happen. I mean, this
No.
movie was done, over a year ago. So at that time, we had no idea. But so it's unfortunate that we're having a little bit difficult time, releasing this movie out to the world. But at the same time, I think there's a lot of important messages within this movie that kind of perfectly matches with what's happening in the world. We need the transformation as a human nature, as human beings, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we've been giving with COVID. Yeah.
Yeah, we have. And, speaking of one of the themes of suicide, that this has been something of an epidemic during
Yes.
COVID, unfortunately.
It's really, really unfortunate. Suicide is always a big topic and issue around the world. And with COVID, I'm just assuming the rates are going higher, not just you. I'm sure US is going higher, but around the world, it's getting higher. And with what's coming ahead of us, we probably going to be experiencing a lot of, depression and economic slowdown. Okay, because there's always cause and effect. Like we're stopping everything now. Everything is stopped. So right now we don't really realize what's really happening. But down the line, 6 months, 3 months, 1 year, I think we're gonna get hit by the cause and effect, and economy is gonna be having a very, very difficult time. So I hate to say it, but the rate might go even higher because a lot of people might be losing jobs in the future as well. Hopefully that won't happen, but usually there's cause and effect comes a little later. So it's kind of very important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and stresses in families.
Yes,
couples are separating now because of all of the stresses, and
that's right.
That puts a lot of pressure on parents, on children,
sure,
etc. So I was reading that suicide in Japan is like the number 30. Like Japan is number 30 in countries.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah.
And the United States is number 34. So this is a problem.
It's a big problem, yeah.
Right. So how does the Real Exorcist treat suicide and treat?
Sure. So the basic idea of this movie is that our soul does not end after we die. Like that's like the basic. I mean, for some people, it's of course we don't, but for some people, no way. We're just gonna disappear and nothing's gonna, it's just gonna go away. But for depending on who you are, I have to talk very carefully. But we believe that our souls live eternally, and this is not who we are. Okay, this is just a vehicle that we are in. So what happens after you die? You don't disappear. You are the exactly same you as who you are now. That's a very important message that we want to come across when we talk about suicide, because people end their life because of their suffering. And I mean, to end up one's life, okay, that is the heaviest decision that we can make. That means this person has to be going through such a difficult time and difficult moments and struggles. Because if they're not, they'll be able to endeavor through it. But they decide they can. That's very, very heavy topic. So what we want to tell those people is, you have to remember your life does not end, even though you finish your life here. After you die, what happens? You're just going to leave your body, and your soul and your mind and who you think you are is going to exactly stay as who you are. So committing suicide doesn't solve anything, but it's only going to cause more trouble because you won't be able to go back to heaven. You're going to become a wandering spirit because you probably won't even know you're dead. And that's what happens in the movie. There's a girl who was a high school student, and she was bullied at school because of her grade was so low. So she couldn't stand any longer, so she decides to jump off the building and commit suicide. But this soul doesn't realize that she's dead, even though she's already dead, because she doesn't know that's what happens. So she thinks she's still alive. So she's continuing to, commit suicide, jump off, continue on and on and on. But she can't go anywhere. She's kind of stuck between this world and the heavenly world. So what she does is she becomes wandering spirits, and she finds a person who's alive, similar to her, thinking about committing suicide. So she possesses on this, that's how the possession starts. And it kind of amplifies the feeling of this person, like wanting to end the life. So she'll bring down this person again. So that's how it's a very negative cycle of suicide because of these things. So we take this issue and put it into this young girl's topic issue. And Sayuri will come in and she'll try to solve the issue. She'll make this girl who has committed suicide to realize that she has eternal life and that she can't just end your life like that. But once you realize it, then angels can come down and help her out. So in the movie, the girl is being saved by angels and go back to heaven. At the same time, the girl who is living on this earth will learn exactly the same thing. So she decides, let's continue on with my life and live a positive life. So through this, we want to tell the message that the life does not end. So please, 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 whatever happens, just don't end your life, okay? Things will turn out in better ways because God will not give us something that we cannot overcome. And also another big message is that think about the people who are left behind. Okay? It's your life, so it's responsible for your life. But your life, ending your life is going to be affecting the people who you love and people who loved you. Okay, family, your friends, they're all going to be hurt and they're going to have a scar rest of their life. So we also want to give the message to those people who are left behind to tell the truth so they can heal the wounds. If that's the truth, then hopefully, whoever this person has already been back to heaven, so, I can let it go and, live on with my life as well. So trying to give the message of hope to the one who committed suicide, the one who wants to commit suicide, as well as the one who has been left behind. So
right.
This is about only 10 minutes of this movie, but it's kind of important. Yeah.
It is kind of important, but really the biggest aspect of this film is the supernatural, is the spiritual through line of the film. Mm-hmm. Whether the spiritual aspect of suicide or of
miscarriage, yes,
of course. Mm-hmm. Did you have a spiritual guide or director in this movie?
Oh, again, so the creator of this movie, Riho Okawa, he is clairvoyant and he is a teacher. He's like the master.
He is.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So that's why, of course, we have been guided,
right,
through his messages and things like that. So of course, yes.
Yes, yeah. Of course. And so he wanted to show his view of how these things.
That's right. To help the people who are in suffering. So.
Because a lot of people are suffering right now.
Yeah.
Goodness knows. Right. Mm-hmm. And then this girl working in the cafe.
Sayuri, yeah.
Sayuri, yes.
Sayuri.
And so, of course, she's having to deal with her gifts.
Yes. So when she probably had this gift when she was born, since she was a young age, and I'm sure people actually exist today who has some kind of a gift where they don't want to see it, but they see it. They don't want to hear it, but they hear it. Right? The ghosts and spirits, and that must be very difficult. For my experience, when I was a younger child, I was very kind of spiritual, and I used to have those kind of experiences. But as I grow older, it kind of disappeared, and so I cannot hear or I cannot see, but I can feel. I can still feel this energy, sense the energy. So. But I'm kind of glad that I don't see and hear. If I do, I'll be in trouble. So, but Sayuri, she had this very difficult time. So that's when the wife of cafe's owner found her, having struggle right in front of her at the cafe. So she kind of invited her in. Sayuri, okay, please come in. Maybe we can help you out. So that's when she starts to overcome all these difficulties and decides to use her power, use her energy, spiritual experiences and knowledges to help others. Yeah, that's what's great about heroes.
Yeah, and she really steps into a role of like a counselor or a therapist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she starts doing the free consultation, and I don't know. I think that's the great thing about this hero mindset people, because you can either use it for your own benefit, right? Mm-hmm. But thank God there's people out there who has the ability, but at the same time doesn't use it for their own benefit, but try to use it for others. So I think that's a great gift that's been given. So
you think about so many girls like Sayuri that have this gift. They might be frightened of it. They may be overwhelmed by it, but they don't have the cafe owners to take them in and say, listen.
Right. So hopefully this movie will be able to, give some help and guidance. That yes, we do understand these things do happen. And we're talking for the ones who really have this kind of experiences, but there are different, all different types of people living. So.
Yes, absolutely. There are so many people who do not
either, right?
Opportunity, right? Who do not have that opportunity to develop the gifts and have it understood and accepted,
right?
Some of the people that I work with, as clients, they feel bullied for having these gifts.
Oh.
They feel despair for having these gifts. They feel outcast for having these gifts. Right? So I found myself identifying so much with your lead heroine and the things that she was dealing with. And I don't know if that's an aspect of the film that the crew had even considered. But yeah, that's something that I think is a lot more prevalent than we would know.
Right. That's interesting. Yeah. So for the ones who have this kind of gift, you have to appreciate. I think it's difficult, but sometimes you need to appreciate. If you can change your mind to appreciate and use it for the better, that might change the perspective.
Right.
So
some think of it as a curse rather than a gift.
Right. It's because there's so many negative things happening on this earth. Negative energies everywhere. So people easily affected. Especially you are very sensitive and you have kind of gifted. You're going to be affected by these negative energies and negative spirits. So maybe it's not really your true self that's thinking that way. Maybe you are already affected by negative energy. So maybe you need to expel those, get this negative energy out of yourself and find a true light that's residing within yourself. That's exactly what you're doing, radiate, right?
Right.
So radiate the light from within. And that's very, very difficult to do. But that's the reason why we're here on Earth. This Earth is like a workbook, and it's like a soul training ground. So, because we are here only for what, 50, 60, 70, 80 years?
Yeah.
Compared to the eternal life that we're living in. So we call this reincarnation. We come down, we study for a few for a little while, and learn extra difficult things, go through difficult troubles and hardships, overcome it. We learn from those experiences, and we bring back all the learning experiences back to heaven, and we share it heaven, and we come back again for give it another try. So it's a soul training ground. So of course we're going to have a lot of difficulties and hardships in our life, but again, I believe God will not give us anything that we cannot overcome.
Right, absolutely. Well, we seem to learn best through difficulties rather than
that's right.
everything going smoothly.
That's right. That's right. So always winning thought is important. Learn from everything that we do, especially the hardships and mistakes you make. That's the greatest gift that we can get, to learn from it. So if you don't learn from it, you're going to experience again and again and again and repeat that. We don't want to do that. So it's better to learn it quickly. But once you learn that, we all know this. Even the bigger boss things are going to come out. The bigger difficulties you're going to face, and you have to challenge. It's a continuous challenge, I think. That's why life is so fun and exciting, I think.
Thank you. Yes, life is so fun and exciting.
Exciting, yeah.
We have choices all the time.
That's right. You can make the choice. It's a free choice. It's exactly the same as God's choice. God has free choice to make, and we have exactly the same characteristic, that we have the choice to choose anything we want. So we better choose something good, not the evil.
Absolutely. Well, and your film is full of choices. The young girl who chose to end her life, the woman who had the miscarriage got to choose how she would see it, how she would experience it.
Right.
Everyone has choices.
It's the choices, yes. So she kind of guides them through the choice.
That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, and really, there are some negative things that happen in the film, but it's overwhelmingly a positive, beautiful message.
It's basically a positive message, yes, throughout the film. Yeah. Of course, there's some battle scenes and a little bit of scary scenes here and there, because you have to make it a little entertainment as well, because it's a movie. But the basic message is pretty positive. Yes.
Did you know that Radiate Wellness has a subscription-based premium content Facebook group? Think of it like the premium version of this free podcast. In this premium Facebook group, you can find great content like replays of online classes, meditations on angels, chakras, mindfulness, and more, guest speakers, mini classes, polls, plus you'll be the first to know of guests that we have scheduled for the podcast and can submit questions for them. You get all of this great content for one low monthly price, and the first month is half off. You can subscribe by going to radiatewellnesscommunity.com/shop. Click the subscriptions button and you're in. Also, while I have your attention, wherever you're listening to this free podcast, if you could just do us a couple of favors, please. One is go to hit the subscribe or follow button. Then you'll be notified of all of the episodes we have coming out each week. Also, please rate and review. It sounds really simple, but it helps us to grow our audience when people are looking for great podcasts. And when we grow our audience, we can do bigger and better things and bring you even more great guests. So please do those couple of things, and that will help us grow this audience and this podcast. Thank you so much for listening.
I would like to switch over to talk about your background because you've got a very interesting background.
Okay, sure.
Very interesting background.
Uh-huh.
You grew up in Beirut, Lebanon?
Yeah, my God. I'm so shocked with Lebanon. What's happening now.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I can't believe.
We're recording this on August 6th, and earlier this week there was a horrific explosion.
Explosion, yeah.
Yeah, that was terrible.
We still don't know the reason, behind, but still investigating. But it's sad, it was right by the port of Beirut, Lebanon, Beirut. So I was living right there. So.
Really? That was where you were living?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Well, what took you to Lebanon?
My father is works for a trading company. He passed away, but because of his job. Yeah.
Okay. And then you also lived in New York City.
Yeah, New York, lived from 7th grade to like 20, something like that. Yeah. About 10 years I lived in New York. Again, my father's business.
Of course. Mm-hmm. And then you were in a Christian family, which was somewhat rare.
Yes, probably like 5% or something like that. I'm not sure the percentage. It's very rare to be born in Christian family. Yeah, my parents are both Christian, so I was raised with a Christian faith, Jesus faith. I used to go to Sunday services every Sunday.
Wonderful. And so this film, it's not really one particular faith. How do you?
It's not. No, it's not. It's about. It's the faith is because you cannot categorize one religion, right?
Exactly. It's
because the reason why there's Christianity and there's Muslim and there's Hindu and Buddhism is because it's all connected to the same source. Right? And someone higher said, okay, in this period of time, they need somebody to lead, the guide. So they sent Jesus, they sent Moses, they sent Buddha, and they sent Muhammad. Okay, it's a different era and it's a different culture. So of course the teaching is going to be different. Of course, right? Yeah, it's going to be different. Christianity is teaching and Muslim teaching is different. Of course, because they're just different cultures. Okay? Right. Buddhism is different because Buddha was born in India. Of course, it's going to be different than Middle East. So, but God has always been sending his great figures to the world to lead the world for the better. So that's how we look at it. So there's a lot of Buddhism concept in this movie. Okay, Sayuri studies Buddhism. Right. Also, there's a lot of love in it, gratitude and love. Radiate gratitude is one of the topics. So, a lot of love in this. So there's a lot of Christian aspect. I mean, again, Christian does not mean love. Love does not mean Christian, but Jesus' main teaching was, giving love to others, not to take from others, right? So there's a lot of love aspect, which is more Christian. So it's kind of mixed together, yeah. And also the what she's wearing here is exactly. Shinto. It's a Shinto style, the Japanese traditional style. So yeah, right. We intentionally doing that. Yeah, it kind of attracts the people around the world too. So
makes it look very exotic.
Yes, that's right. So
very exotic.
That's intentional. Yeah.
It was intentional. And of course, the pentagram.
Pentagram, again, is a symbol of the winning, okay? Symbol of faith and also the defeat, right? It's a power, the defeat. So
yeah, interesting. Yeah, because that here in the United States, the image of a pentagram, it just conjures up other things, paganism, Wicca, and many other things. So it really is a cross-religion, cross-spiritual, cross-cultural type of film.
Exactly, yes.
You put so much into this film. There's
a lot of aspect into this film. Yes, that's right, yeah.
But it's also just so universal.
Yes, I think, I would say it's very universal message. Definitely, because anybody who go to watch this and wouldn't feel like left out or feel a little bit, you know what I mean, awkward. I think it's
limiting.
Yeah, it's not limited. It's out of the box, I think. Yeah, definitely.
Right. There's just so much going on there. And I just cannot stress enough, just from the trailer, it's exciting. I love adventure movies. I love flashy films. And it really is. It brings it home. It delivers it. Just a wonderful film. I can't wait for it to be wider spread, bigger. It's opening in Canada soon.
Yes, this week is August 7th in Canada, because the COVID is not as bad as US, so they were able to open the theaters. Thank you so much for opening the theaters. US theaters are not opening yet.
Nope.
So we've been postponing, since May. and hopefully theater will open end of August. So we'll try to squeeze it in theater. If it doesn't work out, we're just going to switch to DVD and VOD release September 1st. So that's like a fixed date. September 1st, we'll release on VOD, DVD, Amazon, iTunes, and other platforms. Until then, if there's opportunity to play on the theaters, that'd be great. Because, I don't know, watching a movie in the theater is the best way to watch the movie.
Especially a movie like this.
Yeah, so different just watching in the little screen or the big screen. So we prefer to show it in movie theater. Of course, everybody will prefer to show it in movie theater, but it's a difficult time now. Yeah,
it is a difficult time. So, worst case scenario, it goes straight to video.
Yeah.
Right, but there is just such a movement behind this film. I mean, the production company, the production values. You're a marketing professional and senior management at various, IT companies and marketing.
Yeah.
So you're throwing everything behind this movie. You can't help.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Well, we come out with at least 2 movies a year. We've been coming out. So we have another one coming up in October already. It's all lined up. So another one in May. So it's kind of busy. But of course, every time we come up with a movie, we focus on the specific movies. Yeah. So.
Yeah. And so it's out now. Going to be in Canada this weekend. Well, as of recording this, we're recording this, of course.
Yeah.
6th. It'll be out on the 7th in Canada, and then when it comes out in United States, so it will be dubbed. It will be subtitled.
We have both, but for the movie theaters, most of them will be dubbed because that's what the audience prefers. So, but we also have subtitle as well. So if you go on VOD, DVD, you can switch, right? Because we, of course, prefer to show it in subtitle because it has a basic original energy and power. But sometimes reading a subtitle could be difficult for some people, for a lot of people. So yeah, we do overdub too. Overdub came out very, very nice. It's same as the original, and it's so much fun to watch. So.
Oh yeah, are these Japanese actors doing the voiceovers, or are they American?
Voiceovers are all American. So we did it in LA. Yeah, under COVID, so we couldn't stay together, so we were all at home studio. 5 locations, or internet connections. So it came out well. Yeah, it was very, very unusual situation, but everybody's trying to figure out the way to go through this COVID thing. So
we're just making it up as we go along.
Yes.
I don't think any of us really know what to do.
So it came out very well. Yeah.
That is very interesting. So each individual actor is recording in their home studio, and then you put it.
So like there's myself, right, and also there's a director, there's an engineer, and also there's an actor. So they were all in different locations connecting together. So.
Oh my God!
It's a very interesting experience.
Movie making during the time of pandemics. That is fascinating.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be possible if things does not get better. actually filming a movie might be a little difficult because you have to be together. People needs to be together to film. You can't be social distance and shoot different scenes in different area. We all have to be together. So yeah, there's guidelines that in Hollywood as well today. These are the guidelines you have to follow. But I don't know if it's possible to do it in US. To shoot the movie at this point, I don't think it is possible.
Not at this point.
Yeah,
there's so many in the crew. It's not just the actors and the director. There's so many.
That's right.
Right? Do you
cameraman, the sound? Everybody. Yeah, has to be together. So
the grips, the gaffers, the costume, the prop, the catering, the everything.
The big group. Yeah.
Wow. So you're out there in Hollywood now. You're out on the West Coast now. Is there anything going on production-wise?
I don't know. Only. I don't think any shooting, is happening. I don't think so.
Post-production.
Yeah. A lot of post-productions and things like that. Probably.
Right. Well, just trying to get along as best we know how during these challenging times. This is crazy. Is there anything else that we should maybe know about this film? Anything else that you think?
Maybe I can talk a little bit about the gratitude and faith. The topic's the radiate and gratitude. Yeah. So main theme main idea that flows through this movie is the humbleness of Sayuri. Okay? Even though she has this supernatural power, she doesn't show off. She doesn't do it for herself. She just uses it to help other people. So it's humbleness. And it's a humbleness because there's faith. I think we humans are getting a little too arrogant nowadays and think we are like the creator of the universe and science is everything. And if you cannot see anything, I don't believe it. That's the kind of idea that's very typical for modern age. But we are challenging that kind of concept and idea. No, we still have to go back to the faith, original faith, and have belief and be humble for the higher power, higher energy, that we are part of this universe, created ones. We are not the one who created it, but we are the created ones. So the humbleness is very important throughout the message of this movie, and also the faith that comes with it. And the most important thing is the gratitude, okay? Because that's what we're missing today, especially in this corona stage, in age. I think we are missing gratitude. And gratitude actually has a power. I'm sure you know what it means. I'm not just talking about, okay, thank you, thank you, God, thank you, Mr. I'm talking about the gratitude that has to come up from within. And that can change yourself and that can change other people's. It has a power. Gratitude has a true power because it's the original source of love. And so we believe through this movie, we want to portray the message that love is the strongest power, and love will never be defeated by negative energy or evil. Love will always win at the end. So that's the biggest message we want to come out. And if we are missing love, faith, gratitude in today's society, I think that is something that we have to learn from this COVID. And instead of fighting each other, but I think there's something more that we need to do is to really understand each other and be loving and give gratitude. If we give gratitude to each other, everybody in this world does that. How can this world be a negative place? You know what I mean? It's simple, but it's so difficult thing to do. And yeah, that's like the biggest struggle that we're having. Why can't we just be loving to each other?
God sent Jesus. Yeah. God sent Muhammad. God sent
Buddha. Right.
All to teach us this, and we still haven't learned it.
We still haven't figured it out yet. Yeah. Actually, we're coming to the last battle. Are you going to choose God or are you going to choose not to choose God? You guys decide, human beings. Yeah, so we have to decide, we have to choose God.
We do have to choose God. And I mean, that's what this film does. Talks about
Yes, that's right.
Gift.
That's right. So even though Sayuri has a gift, that doesn't mean it doesn't apply to everybody else. It applies to every one of us. We all have a gift. That is because we can love everybody. We can give gratitude. And we can throw out all this great energy, radiate the power out to the people. So we have the same gift, but we're just not using it. Once we start using it, radiate this gift, and I'm sure the world can be a little better place than it is now.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And she, of course, uses her powers for good.
Yes, that's the key. Use it for the good. All the heroes, Avengers heroes too, they all use the power for the good.
Yeah.
And fight the evil. So that's, again, a very basic concept and message in this movie. Just like any other hero movies.
I love it. Well, Yoichi, it's been wonderful speaking with you and learning more about this great film.
Thank you so much.
The Real Exorcist. There's a website, realexorcistmovie.com.
Yes.
Movie.com. You can find out about the cast, the filmmakers, music and books that deal with the themes.
Sure. And where the movie is going to be playing. Hopefully, the latest update will be on the website. So if you're interested, please come to the website. We have Facebook and Instagram. We post every day nowadays. So if you're interested, you can follow us as well. You
can see the trailer and all of these words. Yeah, gorgeous film. Thank you so much for joining me today to Radiate Gratitude.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me today. Appreciate it.
Good luck with your movie.
Thank you.
Radiate Wellness is a community of holistic and alternative healers and consultants based in the Kansas City area, dedicated to helping you create spiritual, energetic, and physical well-being. To learn more about our practitioners, services, classes, and events, or to schedule an appointment, visit us at radiatewellnesscommunity.com.